Some time has passed since the Overmind saw fit to breathe life into us as a protector of the all-important Chrysalis, and we have served him well in that purpose. In his wisdom, he reassures us that as we continue to please him and strengthen the Chrysalis, so too will our strength grow in kind. For our flesh, being of the Overmind, is not lost to death should we fall, but instead will be born anew.
I am well pleased, young Cerebrate, and so long as my prize remains intact, I shall remain pleased. Thus its life and yours shall be made as one. As it prospers, so shall you, for you are part of the swarm. If ever your flesh should fail, that flesh shall be made anew. That is my covenant with all Cerebrates.
Since then, our chitinous form has grown out of its nubile stages, and the Overmind believes us vital enough to endure the stress of warp travel.
Now you have grown strong enough to bear the rigors of warp travel with the swarm. Thus we shall make our exit from this blasted world and secure the Chrysalis within the Hive Cluster upon the planet Char.
The Overmind directs us to ensure the protection of the swarm's future by migrating the bulk of our forces back to the planet of Char, the once terran-inhabited world that has since become the foothold of the swarm in the Caprulu sector. We are to escort the Chrysalis across the planet's surface, where we will then make the jump through space and rejoin the central Hive Cluster. Yet remnants of a Protoss contingent pollute the surface of Tarsonis.
Remnants of the Protoss fleet still linger within this planet's orbit. They will attempt to block our exodus at every turn.
My brood shall aid you, Cerebrate, should you require assistance.
Though their main force has left the system, this meager detachment stands to inhibit us in our mission. We are not alone in our task, as Dagoth, being a real homie, has gifted us a handful of hunter-killers to assist us. These rare, lethal subspecies of Hydralisk will no doubt serve as a great boon in escorting the Chrysalis to the beacon.
Do with my minions as you will, Cerebrate. They will serve you unquestioningly. Go now, and bring swift wrath to all who would oppose the swarm.
What's more, our brood has matured enough to allow us to morph our hatcheries into layers, granting access to further structures. The first being the Spire. This flesh-coiled monolith provides our aerial units with weapon and armor upgrades, and unlocks the ability to evolve our larvae into two types of aerial units, the Mutalisk and the Scourge. The Mutalisks are hungering bat-like beasts which glide over the battlefield, flinging glaive-like worm projectiles which bounce between three targets. They can achieve incredible maximum speed, but take a moment to accelerate as they gain momentum. They serve as serviceable scouts, capable of holding their own, but lack a combat advantage over other airborne enemies of the swarm. The Scourge acts as an efficient, cost-effective flyer, which births two of its spawn from one larva, not unlike the Zergling. The price of this efficiency is endurance. This fragile species cannot survive being attacked, but has the unique ability to kamikaze into their enemies. Our best method of utilizing them is to send them in only a couple at a time to surgically annihilate foes, as their explosive attack is capable of taking out fellow Scourges along with their intended targets. Luckily for the Protoss, our mission today is not to destroy them all, yet. While such a trivial extermination is no doubt within our power, we only need to escort the Chrysalis to the beacon.
Our forces are under attack. Forces are under attack. Forces are under attack.
The Protoss have a sizable base to our southwest and have several outposts across the area, each one defended by a few spare soldiers. Scattered as they are, we should have no issue cutting a straight line to the beacon without needing to confront the totality of their forces. With Dagoth's hunter-killers at our disposal, this task is simplicity itself, requiring no more than a dozen or so Zerglings and a couple Hydralisks of our own. We make it to the beacon with only minor resistance. Once we arrive, Zaz warns us before we make our jump that the first time through warp space can be somewhat jarring.
Prepare yourself, Cerebrate. Your first jump through warp space could be unsettling.
This is no issue, for as the Chrysalis matures, so do we gather in strength and deadliness with it. Zaz underestimates our potential and does not yet realize what we are capable of, and is ignorant to just how much the creature within the Chrysalis will shape the future of the swarm. The next great stage of Zerg evolution will happen under our watchful eye on Char.